The White House and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are pushing for lawmakers to pass a debt ceiling deal. If passed in its current form, it would suspend the debt limit for 2 years and temporarily cap spending. House lawmakers could vote on the deal as soon as tomorrow. Phil Wallach joins me now. He's a senior fellow focusing on Congress at the American Enterprise Institute. Phil, thank you for being with us. He is also, I should mention, the author of a new book, Why Congress, which discusses Congress's role in addressing America's disagreements over policy and politics. Will, Phil, in that new book, Why Congress, you argue that Congress is the correct branch of government to handle the partisan nature of politics at the moment. Can you briefly explain that argument and measure the existing deal in that context?
Sure. Congress is our most representative institution. It draws people from all around the country, different ideologies, different regional interests, and it really brings together the diversity of our nation in a way that the other branches can't. The executive branch is headed by a singular president, and when we try to get the president to just figure out everything on his own, we really have some serious legitimacy problems for our policymaking. So Congress needs to be the place where we make the really big decisions. That definitely includes fiscal policy.
And so by that assessment, was this a good or a bad process that has led to the agreement that the president and the House Speaker have put together?
I think it's a reasonably okay process. It's not great that we do everything through these artificial crises, right? Where we have this sense that we can only get things done if we have our backs up against the wall. So we create these different mechanisms that force us to feel that way. Really, it would be better if we had a sense of building big bipartisan coalitions to make decisions together, even without a sense of emergency hanging over our heads. So I think in the end, this process played out in, once Biden and McCarthy sat down together, they ironed out a reasonable deal, one that I think a lot of the American people can be happy as a small step toward better fiscal policy. But it's not that we've solved the whole problem at the same time. If people come away from this process thinking, oh, well, we've taken care of our fiscal issues, that would be a serious misimpression, because this is really only a small step.
And I want to get to that in a second, but you mentioned that it was reasonably okay, which, you might not want to get on your report card, but do we need to reset our expectations? If Congress is the place where in partisan age, this fighting has to happen, isn't it necessarily going to be reasonably okay is about the best you're going to get because there aren't massive majorities?
We're grading on a curve. Maybe reasonably okay is just what we have to satisfy ourselves with at this point. Part of the argument in my new book is that we ought to be expecting more from our Congress. We ought to be expecting them to be trying to build bipartisan coalitions that really encompass the values of a large part of the American people. We seem to think that that's somehow impossible, that we have to basically drive hard partisan bargains and there's no other way for Congress to operate. That's really unfortunate. That's not always historically how Congress has been. And in fact, on spending bills, we're kind of, the little secret that nobody talks about is we tend to get 300 or 350 votes in the House of Representatives for our spending bills every year. So we do manage to put these coalitions together eventually, but it would really be better if we could do so in a more consistent, prospective way.
So then as a last question, Phil, what does the smart person say in conversation about what needs to be fixed in terms of fixing Congress so that it can perform this role that you think it should perform?
I think the 21st century Congress has been a very leader-dominated institution, such that when ordinary people think about Congress, they think of Nancy Pelosi, they think of Mitch McConnell. Congress needs to get back to being something more than that. It needs to be a place where different factions arrange themselves in unexpected ways. Congress ought to be really interesting when it's working well. It ought to take all these elements from the diverse American people and mix them up and come up with things that we didn't know were possible at the beginning of the process. If it's just a place for sort of partisan top leaders to bash heads with each other, it really becomes a diminished version of itself. So factional interplay and factional conflict is actually a good thing, and we need to see more of that.
Bill Wallach, Senior Fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.